I saw Lynn's face behind me. I've been married to Lynn for 11 months, and we've been together for 6 years. Our relationship has been normal, with no red flags or weird behaviors. But that changed 2 months ago when I caught her peeking at me from around a corner. I was making coffee and saw her eyes and a strand of her dark hair hanging against the wall. She was hiding behind the corner, and I nearly spilled my coffee. I thought it was a playful joke, but it was out of character for her. The next incident happened 3 days later. I woke up at 2 a.m. to get a drink, and I felt a strong feeling that I was being watched. I looked down and saw Lynn's face staring back at me from the other side of the kitchen island. She was grinning like the Cheshire Cat, and I screamed. She scuttled backwards on all fours, and I was left frozen in shock. When I finally went back to bed, she was asleep, or at least pretending to be. I asked her about it the next morning, but she just laughed and said she was just trying to be silly. But the incidents continued. I catch her peeking at me from behind furniture or curtains. She'd hide in our grandmother's old trunk at the foot of our bed, and I'd see her face peeking out with a huge grin. I started to feel paranoid, constantly checking if she was watching me. I felt like I was losing my mind. One night, I woke up to find her peeking at me from the closet, her eyes wide and unblinking. I tried to talk to her, but she just moaned and slammed the bathroom door shut. I realized I had to get out of there. I went to my brother Chris's house, and I told him that Lynn and I had a fight. I didn't tell him about the strange behaviors, but I did tell him about the incident in the bathroom. He offered to go with me to talk to Lynn, and I accepted. When we got to our house, the front door was ajar, and there was a terrible smell. We searched the house, calling out for Lynn, but she didn't respond. As we were about to leave, Chris noticed that one of our wedding portraits had been smashed. I felt a lump form in my throat as I looked at the picture. We decided to check the bedroom one last time, and that's when we found her. She was hiding under the bed, curled up and watching us with excitement. She had a glass shard in her hand, and she was covered in blood. I tried to approach her, but she started to get agitated. Chris and I backed away, and she began to sprint towards me, grinning. I managed to shake her off and ran out of the house. Chris called the police, and I went to the ER to get my wounds treated. The police searched the house, but Lynn was gone. They advised me to stay with a friend or relative and to file a restraining order. I went to a motel hoping to put some distance between us. But 40 minutes ago, I got a text from an unknown number. "I found you." There was a picture attached, and it was a dark and grainy image of my wife's eye. I'm alone and scared, and I feel like I'm being watched. Now I'm being watched from the shadows. Follow for more such stories. Like and subscribe.